Okay, so picking it up from where we left off, we will be creating VLANs that will be used by this switch. So from our PC, let's go back to our terminal window. And let's create I'll just type in end here, so we're back to the privilege mode. So let's type in conf t to go to your configuration, global configuration mode. Let's create 3 different VLANs. So the first VLAN will be VLAN 10. We'll give it a name of sales. Another VLAN, which is VLAN 20, we'll give it a name of finance. And VLAN 99, and we'll give it a name as management. Like I mentioned earlier, the VLAN 99 is typically assigned for a management port. Okay, so let's exit. So go back one mode. This one, instead of creating individual ports or assigning it to a VLAN, we'll use a range. So you might recall this from the last part of your Cisco 1. So the command that we have here, just move back up. Yeah, so interface range and FA0/17 to use 7 instead, 217. Right, so we're using one switch, so it means that F07 to 17 will be assigned to VLAN 10. So let's move this one up first. Switch port mode access. You always wanted to assign an access mode to your ports, otherwise it will not work. Switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, so we're assigning those ports to VLAN 10. Next range, we'll assign interface range FA019 to 20. So these are just 2 ports. I'm using the page up here to go back from to my previous commands that I already typed in. Okay, page up and assign this to VLAN 20. Let's also assign port 2. Let's go back here. So interface range VLAN 2 to 6. I'll include a comma here, and this will add up a different port number. So we're adding up F018 to be included on this specific range. Let's do the switch port access and assign this to VLAN 99. So by having these 3 different VLANs, you're actually separating your switch into 3 different networks. Okay, so type in end. Okay, so you go back to your privilege exec mode here. The next command that will be really helpful in troubleshooting, you're going to be using this quite a bit for this course, so make sure to write it down on your journal. It's going to be VLAN brief, show VLAN brief. And as you can see here, let me just expand my screen, and you'll be able to see all those, or the 3 VLANs that we just have created. So VLAN 10, which is sales, and we have included port FA07 to 17. Also have VLAN 20, which is the finance. We have 2 ports on there, F019, F020, and VLAN 99 will be your management, which will include F02 to 16 and also the 18. Right, so you'll be able to have this different variation of assigning the range to your various ports instead of writing them down individually. Okay, so next thing that we wanted to do here is to assign the interface mode to or creating it directly from the interface mode. So we'll see what will be the difference compared to creating it within the VLAN sub interface. Okay, so let's go to global configuration mode again. Let's select interface. Let me see here, 21. Let's do the 21. I think we haven't touched the 21 yet. So let's do FA0/21. And I'll type in a command switch port access VLAN 30. So you can see on this specific command, we don't have a VLAN 30 created, right? So let's see what will happen if I issue this command. And it's actually saying that it does not exist, and it automatically creates that specific VLAN. So let's check what will be. It will show the VLAN number or the name itself. Okay, so I'll start to recommend you guys use the do command, right? So this will be multi-level in terms of the mode, so you can actually skip typing end and going to the privilege mode. So typing do, then typing show VLAN brief. It will pull out the command for us, or the output. Okay, so you can see on this, it actually created the VLAN 30. However, it did not, or it automatically generates a name for us. So in this case, it created VLAN 0030. And that's not really nice in terms of like management, right? You wanted to give your VLAN a meaningful name that you want to associate to that specific VLAN. And on the right hand side, it did attach the F021, which is nice, right? However, again, this is a poorly managed switch in this case, that you're not assigning a VLAN name to the VLAN that you just have created. Okay, so let's delete this VLAN. So no switch port access VLAN 30. I believe you're in chapter 3. It did talk about how to negate or delete your switch port that you might probably have created by mistake or by typo. Yeah, so that's going to be the no command. Yeah. Also, we want to remove the VLAN 30. So VLAN 30. Yeah, and when we do the show VLAN brief again, your VLAN 30 is now gone from your VLAN table, right? So next thing what we wanted to do is we have created the VLAN, assigned different ports to it. I'll probably go ahead and move to the next part here. So we wanted to recreate S1. We'll make another switch. So instead of just dragging or creating a new switch here, what we're gonna do is to replicate this switch that we have now, S1, to copy all the commands that we have in there. Obviously, we need to change some of the configuration. However, we don't want to change or redo everything that we just did. Okay, so what you wanted to do is to hold the control key on your keyboard, then click on S1. And you can release the control. And as you can see here, it actually duplicated that switch. So you can drag that switch that we just have created, or automatically appeared for us. Yeah, and let's name this as S2. So let me just change the label here, and we'll give it an address of 192.168.99.3. Yeah, and we'll go to the switch itself and assign. This one is still loading up. Let's give it a second. Okay, so enable. As you can see, it already contains the previous configuration of the S1, so it did actually copy that over. Our password is Cisco. Oh, sorry. Password is class. Let's type in conf t, global config, and we'll give it a host name of S2. And we also wanted to assign the IP address to VLAN 99. And the IP address be 192.168.99.3. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and the no shutdown command. Okay, so our switch number 2 is all set, right? We can verify that. I'll type in exit, right? Exit again. To exit is equivalent to the end command. Let's do show run. So show run will show you the running configuration of your switch. Just verify. I'll do the tab all here, then we can just scroll back up, and it have the previous configuration that we had previously from S1, right? Other than changing the host name, you have the synchronous command, will have the encrypted password, there are no IP domain lookup, etc. Right? The service password encryption, right? That's the one that I was trying to refer earlier, right? And the different ports numbers that we have assigned, since we'll be using the same ports number on this side of the network. And you have your banner and logging synchronous as well. Okay, so next up is we want to recreate as well the PCA. So again, control, select the piece or the device that you wanted to replicate. Okay, we'll give this a name of PCB and an IP address of .11. 192.168.99.11. Yeah, we'll apply those address. Same default gateway. Okay, then let's connect these devices. So from PCB, we'll connect it to fast Ethernet 0, and on S2, we'll connect it to F018. Okay, and these two switches will use a straight through cable to connect to fast Ethernet 1. So I guess you can see that from my screen from this recording. Then on the other side, do the same thing, select the fast Ethernet 01 on the other end. Alright, so this will be the network that will be, I'll pick this up from, I'll cut this video, and basically what we did here is to create the VLANs and also replicate what we have to create another network. The next demonstration will talk about trunking, and also we're going to be looking into pruning and do some testing or troubleshooting techniques as well.